Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Corner, your crypto radar for all of the latest news, reviews, market analysis and tutorials that help you master the cryptocurrency market. Well, let's go into Dogecoin today and talk about it because the SNL skit, the Saturday Night Live episode with Elon Musk, just aired something like 6 hours ago, and there was a lot of hope and a lot of eyeballs glued to this. It was actually for the first time that it was aired online for the rest of the world. It was not available in America and a few other regions where SNL is also being aired, but for the rest of the world it was online for free on YouTube, I believe. I watched it. Elon Musk actually shared the link, so it wasn't anything to do with illegal downloading or anything like that. And it was actually a good episode, I must say. I was a little bit surprised. I didn't expect it. I thought it would be quite dry. I mean, Elon was quite a good sport, in fact, good jokes and everything. But let's talk about Dogecoin, because this is the main thing. Like, everyone was really hoping for something huge to happen in terms of promotion of Dogecoin, because he was warming us up with this Doge Father tweet that he posted. Well, in reality, it turns out that it wasn't really such a big deal. The jokes were okay, but unfortunately, it wasn't anything spectacular. The first joke was with his mother, actually, because all of the actors in the beginning were talking to their mothers, giving them thanks and stuff like that. So he was thanking his mother, talking about a present that he bought for her, and she said, "Oh, I hope it's not Dogecoin." So that was the first joke. As we heard that joke, actually, we started seeing the first sell-off, the first big red candle. And then the next joke was further down, perhaps around the middle of the episode, where Michael Che kept asking him, "So what is Dogecoin?" And then Elon would give an answer, and then he would like, "Yeah, but what is actually Dogecoin?" Because, talking about digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, decentralized money and stuff like that, to the regular person, this is typically stuff that just goes above their head. So, and that was the joke, basically. And in the end, they agreed that it is a hassle, which is a good way to put it, I must agree. But it wasn't anything major. I mean, he did mention that it's gonna go to the moon as a joke. Of course, he was laughing as he was saying it. So it wasn't anything about actually sending Dogecoin to the actual moon, which is what he implied in another tweet, or Mars, or anything like that. So with that, we actually saw a huge sellout and a big dump, which is still continuing. I'm gonna go into the chart in a little bit. I just wanted to give you a quick analysis of why, and for me this was not surprising, and why it was not surprising. I mean, I did already mention in my previous video, in episode 222, I talked about this just a few days ago. And let's see first, what did I say? And in the price. However, in the last 3 years, we now have a lot of experienced traders in this space, and they're not waiting for the event to happen, meaning that it's possible that some of these traders would actually already begin the sell-off a day before. I saw already on Twitter people talking about Dogecoin going to $3 and $4 and all of that stuff. I don't think so. I feel that even the $1 is going to be such a strong resistance level in terms of psychological resistance, also in terms of people who have already bought Dogecoin and are looking to cash in profits. I feel that we will see a huge sellout starting to happen even before the $1 price range. But also at the same time, we are seeing a lower volume. We are still higher than what we were a few days ago, but we are seeing now a slight exhaustion of the buyers, and this could mean that even if we go higher, we might not go much higher. It seems like the holders and buyers of Dogecoin are really determined to bring it to $1. And is that possible with the SNL, possibly SNL skit coming this Saturday? I think it's possible, but I still feel that we will get stopped before the $1, because there's way too many people holding Dogecoin, waiting for it to approach $1, and they're going to start dumping. In fact, we're actually seeing this whole run here in the last few hours, and in the last few days, since the end of April, We have been building this momentum purely based on the SNL skit. And the SNL skit is this Saturday, so this is in 3 days time, even less than 3 days from me posting this video, which means that we are getting towards the end of this pump. So yes, unfortunately, pretty much what I said, this is what happened. I mean, I wish I was wrong and we went to over $1 and right now we were sitting at 120 or something like that, you know, and we were talking about a new all-time high and stuff like that. However, this didn't happen. In fact, the only thing I'm surprised about is that we didn't go to the 79 cents, which was one of my targets, and we only reached 75 or 76 cents, and then that was it. Yeah, that was our peak. Basically, before I go into the chart and give you a more in-depth analysis, I'm just gonna give you a quick analysis on the type of people that are actually trading and why you shouldn't be surprised. I mean, some people unfortunately got quite a bitter surprise. As we can see, right now we are 30% down since yesterday's prices, and yesterday we were already kind of down. I mean, we did have a peak even before that. So why is this happening and why are people even surprised? I mean, yes, there are many people on Twitter who got caught up not expecting this. You know, people apparently thought that with the SNL skit, the price will be pumping as the skit is airing, and that's not really how it works, and I'm going to explain why. But as you can see, there are people who are still holding Dogecoin. They didn't sell off, even though I posted my tweet where when the SNL started, and I said, well, it's not really a great joke, so I'm going out. I'm selling and I'm going out. In fact, I was selling on the way up already as the first sell-off happened, which was the day prior, and we saw a lot of weakness in the buyers. I started preparing to sell, and I was selling on the way on the bounce up. So at 73 cents I managed to sell, and then after that I was holding to see if we're going to do another pump. We didn't do another pump. So as we started going down at 69 cents I sold, 67 I have sell orders at 63 even, and 61 cents, and I think I got out at the last lot that I sold was at around 59 cents because I saw that we're not going to be bouncing back up. And I'm out of Doge already, so now I'm going to be reaccumulating at some point, but not yet. First, I'm going to wait and see how far low we can go. But I mean, if you are holding Doge, then it's fine. Maybe that means you are a long-term holder. You don't really care for the short-term swings, as we see some of these people are still holding. I mean, there are people who were really surprised and didn't expect this. Jimmy is one of these, Longoria, still holding, he says, but what the heck just happened? I thought Musk on SNL would move the price in the positive direction. Well, that's what many people thought, and this is why you guys are surprised. What else do we have here? Toyman is also saying it's dumping, so sad, all this hype for what? Nothing. Why am I shocked? It's the effing bankers, another one is saying. Okay, it's not the effing bankers, it's just you know, people who are clever, you know, people who are experienced in trading and who know what they're doing. So you have 4 types of traders basically coming into this market. Pretty much everyone is buying, right? Everyone is buying here on the run up to this SNL skit. Everyone knew that there will be something about Dogecoin on SNL because Elon Musk gave us that hint in his tweet. So everyone is buying. However, we see 4 types of buyers, you know, 4 types of traders. I mean, the first type is not really the trader. These are the investors, you know, buyers who are just buying it on the way up. They know that it will be going up and they're just holding. They are not looking to sell it at the first peak for a quick profit because they think that this is a coin that you can hold for a year or 5 years or something, and it's going to give you big profits. This could be the case, but at the same time, this is a coin with no real utility, doesn't have innovation. It's not bringing any new tech. It doesn't have smart contracts. It doesn't. It's not in DeFi. It's not in NFT. It's not really in the biggest sectors of crypto. It is a cheap coin, still cheap, not as cheap as it used to be. So it used to be the favorite of poor people who thought that because it's so cheap they can accumulate a lot of them, and it worked very well for many because accumulating it under 1 cent and being 70 cents or reaching 70 cents at some point, this is a big deal. Okay. So it worked very well for those who were already accumulating it earlier. Is it going to work that well for those who are accumulating it now? Well, I really doubt it, because even though there were tweets, and yes, actually there were people who were tweeting that it will be going to $3, guys. I mean, this was outrageous. I don't know how can anyone make these kind of claims. This is not the only person. There are many people who are talking about Dogecoin going to $3. Even with this SNL skit, they thought that now it's going to be going to $3, which is absolutely unthinkable to me. But yeah, people make these kind of claims. It is promoted on TikTok and Instagram and other social media that is typically frequented by people who are not familiar with trading. It's not like Twitter. On Twitter, you get a lot of people who are actually traders, professional, investors in crypto for many years. You have a lot of crypto OGs on Twitter. That's not the case with TikTok and Instagram. You have a lot of people that are completely oblivious to cryptocurrencies. So this is the difference between Dogecoin and many other coins. This is also why it pumped so hard. It was easy to pump it when it's under 1 cent, or even when it's 3 or 5 or 10 cents. It's still easy to pump it because it's cheap. As it approaches $1, it's not going to be that easy to pump it anymore. And Dogecoin is notorious for being a pump and dump, going up by 100% and then retracing by 70-80%, wiping out all of these gains. So it's not a coin that I personally like to hold for a long time. This is why my analysis was mainly talking about the short term, and I'm going in and out and in and out, because if it's going to be pumping again, I can jump in and I can still make profits on the way up, but I don't really want to be holding it. For me, this is not a coin that I can safely hold. It's not a store of value. So the first type of trader is the one that is just buying it and holding it because they don't really know much about trading. Then you have the second type of trader who was accumulating it all the way up here and thought that it will actually start pumping as the SNL skit airs, because everyone is going to all of a sudden rush into buying Dogecoin because it's on TV. Well, first of all, the joke, it was supposed to be a joke, so of course you cannot rely on people buying something because someone made a joke about it. You didn't know what the joke will be. In this case, the joke was not necessarily making Dogecoin very desired. It didn't really make it very appealing. Everyone kept asking, what is Dogecoin then? So what is, and you give, well, it is decentralized form of money. Okay, so what is Dogecoin then? I mean, this was the skit. It wasn't exactly pumping the coin. So these are the people that are now surprised because they thought that it will, people will be rushing to buy it as the skit airs. That's not, that is difficult. Also because if we're talking people who are not exposed to cryptocurrencies, they cannot be buying it during the SNL skit. Maybe they're gonna go and look into Dogecoin now over the next few days. So we could actually see there is a potential of going upside now, with people already heard the SNL skit and now opening crypto accounts and stuff like that, going on exchanges to buy Dogecoin. So there could be a bit of buying pressure now in the next few days, but certainly not during the actual skit. The experienced traders, and then you have two more types, two types of experienced traders. The first one is the ones that are somewhat experienced. They know that it is good to buy the rumor, sell the news, but they were really waiting for the news to come to be selling it, and they were selling as the SNL skit started airing. This is when we started seeing the red candles dropping and no more green candles anymore. And then you have the fourth type, which is the most experienced trader, the ones that actually think ahead. They started selling here. We started seeing selling pressure 3 days before the actual SNL skit. Then we started seeing another strong selling pressure at the day before the SNL skit. These are the experienced traders. These are the ones that were not waiting for the last minute. They were already starting to sell as the price was pumping. Why? Because in the last day of prior to the SNL, we were still seeing people rushing in to buy. And in fact, yesterday, 10-12 hours before the episode, we saw the biggest buying pressure. And this is when we really started going up here. This is when a lot of the sellers, a lot of the whales and people that have a big stash of Doge were already selling. And this is why we didn't see it going upwards. We didn't see it reach my target of 79 cents. And we were far from the 90 cents and the $1 targets. And I told you that we were not going to be going there because there will be a lot of selling pressure. However, I did expect that we will at least go to 80 cents. And I did have some sell orders at 73 cents, but it was a small portion because I was hoping that we will actually go higher. And as I saw that we are not going higher, I started selling. So these are the 4 types of traders that you have, and this is why you get so many people on Twitter, being like shocked. Oh, what the hell happened? What did he say? Did he say something bad? No, he didn't say anything bad. He just, it was a joke. It was not supposed to be a promotion necessarily. Anyway, let's go now into the chart and see what can we expect from now on. This episode of Crypto Corner is sponsored by BitYard, which is an exchange that operates in 150 countries and offers spot and leveraged trading on numerous assets, not only on cryptocurrencies, but also derivatives such as crude oil, precious metals, gold, silver, and more, stocks such as Nasdaq, mini Dow, and more, and they offer up to 100x leverage on many of these investment instruments. They're also one of the few leveraged cryptocurrency exchanges that have regulatory licenses. These include licenses in the USA, Australia, Estonia, and Singapore. BitYard offers extra security to its users by keeping the majority of its funds in cold storage, with only a smaller portion in hot wallets that are used to pay withdrawals. When it comes to the instruments traded on BitYard, these are not futures. They're leveraged contracts that work very much like a contract for difference, CFD. As such, there are no order books at BitYard. When you trade, you are placing a trade that is matched by the exchange themselves. The benefit of this is that you don't get any order slippage on your trades. Last year, they added a very popular feature, copytrading, which allows users that aren't very experienced to take advantage of those who are more skilled and make profits by copying their trades in an automated and uncomplicated way. They also offer up to $258 in bonuses to new users, so use the link in the description below to register and find out more. Okay, so let's look at the chart of Dogecoin. Well, this is the daily, and in fact the daily doesn't look that bad. As you can see, it looks like a small correction, and especially compared to the previous correction, it is pretty much the same. So definitely not the end of the bull run, but of course it's not the end of the bull run for all crypto in general, so there's no reason for it to be the end of the bull run for Dogecoin. Now let's take a look at this is the hourly here, and this is the 4 hours. And on the 4 hours, we can actually see that we are quite low in the RSI. We are going in the oversold region, which is good. It means that very soon we should be seeing an exhaustion of this selling pressure and, starting a reversal. In terms of support levels, what we have is, we've broken down a few support levels. We broke down the 0.382 Fibonacci level, which was at 55 cents. This was quite a good support level previously. Many times we went lower to kind of test it, and we were stopped before that. We've broken it a couple of times before, and usually we get stopped before the 0.50 Fibonacci level, which is at 49 cents. This time we broke down below that as well. We went all the way to the 0.618 Fibonacci level. We didn't touch it yet, but we are right now challenging it. So whether we will go there, it's still to be seen. I feel that we will. First of all, there's still people that are yet to open their computers and see this price action and react to it. So we can still see more selling pressure to push it really down to that level, possibly even going slightly below that level, but around 44, and this is at 44 cents, around 44, 45 cents, this is really our strongest support so far. So I personally feel that this level should be holding us. If it doesn't, we have another support at 40 cents, 39, 40 cents. It is a range. And this is a support level that we have already established previously. It was a resistance. So hopefully, at least here we have to get stopped. And then, of course, we should see a reversal. So in terms of accumulation, if I am to accumulate Dogecoin again, I would be holding for at least to go to these support levels, hopefully around 40 cents. This is my ideal entry point for now, but this it will depend really on what is the volume, what is typically the price action. I wouldn't just place an order right now and wait for it, because I want to see us go down there, challenge this support level. I want to see how we're going to react, whether it's going to be a strong support or is it going to be a weak one. Can we go even lower? This is yet to be seen. So I'm not yet putting any buy orders, but going down to these levels, this will be an appealing price for Dogecoin, because surely in the next few weeks or in the next months, there will be more tweets by Elon Musk and Mike Novogratz and Mark Cuban and a few of the other Snoop Dogg and other influential people that are invested in Dogecoin. They're not just going to let it go down. Of course, they will keep promoting it, and that will create more pumps. So there's still a lot of potential in Dogecoin, and it stays on my watch list for coins that I will be accumulating during the dips. However, this is not a big enough dip yet for me to go back in. After I see a confirmation that we are turning this trend, right now we are in a bear trend. It is a short-term bear trend. It is a correction, but I want to see that this is turning. And in fact, we can, if we let me get rid of this Fibonacci. If we actually go on the, what is this? This is the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart is not looking good. I mean, the only good thing about it is that the RSI is oversold. So we should be seeing a trend reversal very soon. But aside from that, this here is a head and shoulders pattern that is not really giving me much hope. So breaking from this head and shoulders pattern is only bearish in my book. So I'll have to wait and see that we have a trend reversal before I can jump in. And that would be if we actually go find the support, stay and consolidate around this support for a little bit, and then start going up and start printing higher highs and higher lows. This is what I want to see before I jump in. Also, we can do a V-shaped recovery. We can, go to find the bottom and then start recovering very quickly and do a V-shaped recovery, which will be also bullish in my book. So something like that. If we see this kind of price action, then I'm jumping back in. But I feel that we will be doing something like that and, breaking down, finding support, consolidating a little bit around this support, challenging it, maybe even breaking up and then coming back to retest it or something like that, and start printing higher highs and higher lows. This is for me what's going to show me that we are about to start the next leg up. I want to see higher highs and higher lows. This is what I'm looking for. So if we look at the 4 hour again, we don't actually see this head and shoulders pattern on the 4 hours. So it is not really visible on the higher time frames, meaning that it is a very short term pattern. It's not going to be going on for the next few days or weeks. But with that said, we can still print a head and shoulders here if we do a quick recovery and we go up here, and then if we get rejected from this price level and we go down, then we are going to be printing a head and shoulders even here on the 4 hour, which is now the longer time frame, meaning that we could see a bearish potential over the next few weeks to maybe even more than a month. I always say that Dogecoin is not really following technical analysis very closely because it is pumped artificially by influential people, and that's not, when you have such outside influence, then the chart is not going to be enough. You can't only judge this by the chart, but technical analysis, if we only look at the chart, we are very, very bullish. Right now we are doing a correction very similar to the correction that we already did at the previous pump. So, judging by previous performance, there is nothing really to indicate that we couldn't print the same kind of thing. We can go down, there it is, going down, finding support, establishing this support, buyers stepping in quite heavily here and doing a V-shaped recovery and then starting to print higher highs than the previous, higher lows than the previous, and higher highs and higher lows, and pretty much indicating that we are now in the next leg up. So this could be the thing that we can see here in Dogecoin. These are the scenarios that I'm seeing. And again, if the price action is good, if we see that there is a lot of volume coming in at these price levels, then I will be stepping in. Right now, we are seeing a lot of selling volume. There is no buying volume. For this price action of today, of course, everything is red. So typically, when we have a higher volume with the price going down, this is bearish. I've talked about confluence of price action, price and volume, price going down, volume going up. This is a bearish indicator. We want to see price going down and volume going down. This would be very bullish. Or we want to see price going up and volume going up. This would be bullish as well, but that's not really the case. As you see here, as the price was going up, the volume was going down, and I also posted that on my Twitter. I did a screenshot and I posted how we have this bearish divergence, and this is in the USD Tether pair that we saw this volume going down as the price was going up. This was prior to today, and then the price started going down and the volume went up. Both of these are bearish indicators, so not great. If we go against Bitcoin, because I actually, when I was selling Dogecoin, I sold it for Bitcoin. Against Bitcoin, this is the 4-hour chart. We are seeing a double top, and double top is also a bearish formation. Also, the okex indicator here is clearly indicating sell. I mean, the green dots, the green arrows are buy some sort of long entries, and the red ones are short entries or sell type of a signal. We are still in the sell zone. There is no indication of turning this trend yet, and I don't really use this indicator very much, because with Dogecoin specifically, I'm only doing scalping and swing trading, so it's short term for me. So I don't really need to see these indications. I usually make my trade before the indicator shows up. But even if you're not very familiar with trading, you're not very experienced, this indicator here is going to help you to at least get these positions to enter when it's the right time, or maybe even just shortly after, because typically you would see that green arrow not at the beginning of this candle. We would be already, if this is the 4 hours, we will be already maybe an hour or two into this candle, and then it will show up the indicator. But this would still give you a good opportunity to get in on time and to get out on time, even though this short indicator didn't show up at the beginning of this candle. It didn't show up here at the top of the candle. It probably showed up all the way down here, but it's still giving you enough time to sell and at least be in profit by not waiting for all of this action to happen, and sell during this candle rather than later on during these candles. So this is definitely an indicator that will help you. I have a link to this service, by the way. This is called okex. It is one of my top charting indicators, because not only you have so many indicators for free, but you also have a few paid indicators that you cannot find anywhere else. Here you have the okex fear and greed indicator. This is a good one, and this is the typical okex indicator, the one that I just showed you. It's free for the tester users. I don't know if it's going to be free for you, but even if you have to pay for it, with this indicator you can place much better trades and be more precise in your trading. So it's definitely going to make this money for you if you have to pay for it. So make sure that you go and check it out. Well, this is it for Dogecoin. I will quick, and if you are asking me why was I selling in Bitcoin even though previously I was buying it in USD Tether, well, the reason is that I'm now expecting that Bitcoin is possibly going to start reversing its downtrend, because it has been in a downtrend ever since we printed this head and shoulders. Here, this is the Bitcoin dominance. We went all the way down to support levels with Bitcoin dominance. We even broke this support level. We went below the 44%. The support level was at 45% dominance. We went below that. We're at 44.69 right now as we speak. But what I'm seeing, and for me this is a bit bullish, is this green candle here. So we actually had a lot of selling pressure that was pushing the dominance all the way down to 41%, but it was very quickly bought. People went back into Bitcoin yesterday, and this is why we are seeing this long wick. This long wick is showing me that the selling pressure is now starting to get exhausted, and with that we are seeing people starting to get back into Bitcoin. as more people start getting back into Bitcoin and its dominance starts recovering, money is coming out of altcoins in order to go into Bitcoin. And this is why we are going to see now a bit of a reversal here in the trend. Possibly we're going to go to the 50% and maybe hover around 49 and 52% for a while, which will strengthen Bitcoin's price as well. This is when we're going to see Bitcoin shoot above 60k, finally break that resistance. And as Bitcoin starts pumping again and it takes the next leg up and more money starts going back into Bitcoin, some of the altcoins will be bleeding. And Dogecoin is not one of those that will be doing spectacularly well during that time. This is why as I was exiting Dogecoin, I didn't go into USD Tether, I went straight into Bitcoin. Now I will be looking into this in more detail over the next few weeks and over the next few days. Of course, I will be doing more videos where I will be analyzing Bitcoin and the dominance chart and everything. So we'll be keeping a close eye on this performance here, because this is important for our altcoin positions. If we see the dominance starting to climb back up fast, then we'll have to exit a lot of the altcoins positions. But for now, it is still early days. I don't really expect anything very big to happen over the next few days. This is why I'm still staying in all of my altcoin positions. Dogecoin was the only one that I was exiting and I went into Bitcoin. Pretty much all of my other coins on the exchanges are still staying, and it's a lot of them. I will probably do a separate video where I will talk about all of my altcoin portfolio, which is constantly changing, but there's now a lot of altcoins that are kind of sitting medium term, more longer term in my portfolio, because they're all performing very well and there's no reason for me to be exiting them. So that's about Bitcoin for now. I will be doing some more analysis over the next few days. Okay, well, there you have it. This wraps up today's episode, guys. I don't want to make it any longer. I hope this is helping you, and hopefully you are one of those clever people to actually sell Dogecoin before the dump, and or during the pump, or even at the beginning of the dump, whatever. This is usually what I've told you many times. I mean, this is not financial or investment advice, but I've given you my lessons that I've learned from my mistakes, and I've told you when is a good time to sell. If you don't know that, go and find this video in my playlists, in my Crypto Corner playlist. It's called When It's a Good Time to Sell. I've talked about when you find resistance and when you see volume going down with the price going up, which is what we saw in Dogecoin. These are signs that you need to get out, and that, or at least signs that the price is going to continue going down, which means that this is a good swing opportunity. You can sell at this price right now and wait for the price to go lower to test the support levels and reaccumulate it again. This way you're making a profit. This is what trading is all about. So hopefully this is helping you, and if it does, share it with someone else who would also benefit from watching it. Also, show your support by leaving a like and a comment below. Don't forget that from now all the way until the end of the summer, when I'm going to be doing my summer giveaway, leaving comments below will qualify you for the giveaway. The giveaway will be a few different rewards, but one of them will be a Ledger Nano S, and brand new Ledger Nano S device. This is one of the best hardware wallets out there. I'm still negotiating with a few other sponsors to see what other prizes we're going to have. It's going to be a few prizes. So for your chance to win one of those prizes, I will do a proper announcement of this giveaway very soon, but it will be at the end of August. I always do that, and I will be giving away a few different prizes to the people who leave the most comments. So you just have to leave comments below every video from now on all the way until the end of the giveaway, and I will announce when is that going to be. Also, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel, and if you're watching this on YouTube, also hit the notification bell so that you never miss an episode. This is everything for today's episode, guys. I'm signing off, and I'm going to see you in the next one tomorrow.